Hey folks, David Ross here. In this video I'm going to be providing a follow-up to a video which I put out a little over 6 months ago, where I gave an in-depth look at my Squier Debut Series Stratocaster. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link below in the description. Since I uploaded that video, I've had a chance to spend significant time with the guitar, and I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and opinions of it, as well as show a variety of upgrades which I did. The purpose of owning this guitar for me has been to use it in my guitar repair shop here in Binghamton, New York, and it's also a guitar that I'm planning on using to record videos with, things like guitar pedal demos, which you'll be seeing more of in the coming months. So if you're interested in seeing how this guitar has held up over the past 6 months and what upgrades I did, stick around and let's get into it. So the biggest positives of this guitar for me were the fit and finish. All of the components fit together well right out of the box, and nothing apart from the tuners and the nut were misaligned. At least nothing that couldn't be corrected with the setup. The finish on the guitar, as I mentioned in my previous video, I thought was well applied on both the body and the neck, and I've not had any issues as far as that's concerned. I may have mentioned it in my previous video, but I feel like this one had the bones of a good guitar, or the skeleton of a good guitar, but for me it needed quite a bit of work in order to get it to what my own personal standards are. As for the negatives of this guitar, the two biggest ones that I could see right away were the frets and also the nuts. From the factory, the guitar had what I would consider to be the bare minimum of fretwork. The frets were installed, the edges were beveled, and that was really about it. This made the playability of the guitar rather unpleasant, and it gave a rather rough and slow type of feel when playing. As for the nut, it was very poorly crafted, and in combination with the budget tuners, the guitar never provided any sort of tuning stability. Also, shortly after I received the guitar, the D string began buzzing loudly when playing open notes as a direct consequence of the nut, and this made the guitar practically unplayable. This wasn't so much an issue for me since I know how to fix it, but if you were someone who didn't, you'd likely be paying someone beyond the initial cost of the guitar for a solution. Starting from the top, I mentioned in my previous video that the guitar came with budget tuners, which to me felt fairly sloppy and were also misaligned. I decided to upgrade those to a nice set of Gotoh tuners, which I installed properly, and after doing so I noticed an immediate improvement in the overall tuning stability of the instrument. I also decided to remove the string tree, which was previously misaligned, dowel the original hole, and install 2 new string trees. While I do feel that there's some benefit to increasing the break angle of the 2 middle strings, my bigger concern was to try and dampen some of the overtones that were occurring behind the nut, which the second string tree helped with. I also decided to tackle the frets, and this was done in conjunction with making a new nut, which you can see here. I decided to put the guitar in my early line neck jig. I leveled them, crowned them, dressed the fret ends, and then polished them. During this time, I took the opportunity to really examine my process, which included taking notes in an effort to be more efficient when I work on customers' guitars. I took quite a bit more time than I normally would because I really wanted to refine my fretwork. Despite what some videos or forum posts would have you believe, my opinion is that getting quality fretwork is not at all easy. It's not something that you can just jump right into and expect to get professional quality results, and the reason for this is because there's a steep learning curve associated with it. It takes a lot of trial and error and a lot of experience seeing different guitars, and also getting comfortable with the tools. You may find that you love using certain tools for fretwork and really dislike others. This to me is all about developing your own style. In my particular case, I felt that I was taking more steps than was necessary in getting the results that I wanted, so when I was working on this guitar, I allowed myself to examine my methods and refine them, and ultimately simplify my process. Moving on to the body, one issue I noticed right out of the box was that the guitar needed a setup. The action needed to be set, the radius of the saddles needed to correspond with the radius of the fretboard, the intonation needed to be adjusted, as well as the height of the pickups. I also decided that since I wouldn't be using the tremolo arm, I would simply tighten down the 6 screws, as well as the screws for the trem claw, and this essentially immobilized the bridge. Once this was done, I decided to replace the electronics. The electronics out of the box were cheap and had a very stiff feel to them. While I had the opportunity, I also decided to replace the bridge pickup with a Seymour Duncan Cool Rails, and this was done so that I would have both a humbucker sound and single coil sounds in the same guitar. I also decided to test out some quick connects for the electronics. I've had customers use this type of system in the past, and I've been intrigued by it. I decided to try it out for myself with the idea of being able to modify the guitar quickly and easily if I ever decide to go down that path. One last thing with this guitar that I did notice was that the neck pickup and the middle pickup sound very similar to each other. My guess is because they are essentially the same pickup, just placed in different positions. Personally, I don't think that this serves the guitar well, and so at some point I may replace the neck pickup and likely leave the middle pickup alone as just the stock single coil. But we'll see. Anyway, that's it for now. If you own one of these guitars, let us know how it's been holding up, and also let us know if you've done any mods to it in the comment section below. As always, like and subscribe. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.